Well, this is the 16th ranking event that Williams has played in this season. It's his 10th quarter-final, so just underlines the consistency. Of course, he's won 2 titles. He's in that as well, in Northern Ireland and at the German Masters. And in goes another long red.
And how many of those has he potted this season? And that similar shot, just dropping it in, running down the table with the cue ball. And when they're going in, it creates great opportunities.
It's an interesting clash of personalities, because Carter is quite intense, to say the least. He certainly was against O'Sullivan. Williams, as we saw in the interview at the start, very laid back about everything. And what it means is that Carter can't get under his skin like he did against Ronnie O'Sullivan. Whatever else happens, Williams is not going to be shoulder barging anybody.
Yeah, you're right about Mark Williams. I can only remember one time I can remember seem to think he got annoyed was in the Shanghai Masters final. Him and Mark Selby, there was a refereeing incident which didn't agree with, and other than that, he's pretty unflappable. I suppose everyone's got their breaking point somewhere, but he's very laid back generally. Well, he's played that beautifully. Just that area he's finished in leaves him on this red dead straight. Anywhere else, it wouldn't have been a particularly nice shot on the red. He actually has finished straightish on the black. Well, unfortunately, the angle was not perfect on that shot, but he landed on a red. Must be tight, this. I don't know if it goes. It's a touch of left-hand side. Well, if he's looking at it for this long, it must be really tight. Just trying to bend it slightly. Didn't pot the black cleanly. I guess that would have come into the way that the cue was finished there. What a great shot. He certainly turned that around with left-hand side. Tremendously played. Great skill.
Eight.
Well, he deserves to be on the red because, again, that was another fine shot. Hit the pink smack in the middle. Oh, what a start.
Well, it's similar to how he started the match. He made a 1-3-5 in the first frame of the match, and he's nicely in here with a chance to kill this one off in a single visit. Bearing in mind, last year, when we were celebrating 40 years at the Crucible, all the living former champions came back. for the pre-event show. Mark Williams declined. He'd been knocked out the qualifiers, did not want to be in Sheffield. And we've heard him say, he said to his wife that wondered if he should even continue. Well, he did. He's followed this new sight right technique that he certainly believes in and has helped turn his game around, it seems. Or at least rediscover his best form.
Yes, he actually missed out on the Crucible twice, didn't he, in the last 4 years. Alan McManus knocked him out previously as well. 15. But he is like a new man.
Yeah, and the bottom 16. Line is, he was an all-time great before the turnaround this season. He's just been slightly in the doldrums. Certainly not now. Ali Carter needs a snooker.
Yeah, the sight right has not turned him into a better player. It's just rejuvenated him as a player back to his former glories, and all the knowledge and the skill was already there, but it really works for him. It's been a really top-class break.
I just underline how things have changed. Last season he made 26 centuries. If he makes one here, it'll be his 50th of this season. So the scoring has really been upped.
32. $39.
Yes, I think he peaked, well, it felt like he'd peaked for the season in Germany, German Masters. The way he played in that final against Graham Dott, I thought, well, that's it now. The season can't get any better, but this looks reminiscent of how he played over in Berlin. It's been a beautiful break.
40.
Well, as he started the match with a century, he's going to start this session with one. Terrific. Started with a good long red. He's taken them so well. 45th century at the Crucible for Mark Williams. It was close overnight,
46.
but as we saw with Wilson and Allen, you know, these sessions, sometimes the middle sessions can pretty much decide the match. Wilson won 7 out of the 8 in that one.
47.
And the second promises to be every bit as good. Williams misses the yellow, but 114, so the Welsh potting machine edges in front of the captain, 5-4. It's been a very high-quality match. We also had a couple of re-racks, didn't we, in the
54.
The last frame of the first session. Wow. That is a major surprise.
I just wonder if there was applause on the other table, Phil. He might have just broken his concentration a little. It's not easy, is it? I mean, there's various two-table setups during the season, but this is the big one, and the atmosphere here at the Crucible is second to none.
Yeah, and it feels as though this year, more often than most, has had incidents where players have been distracted and missed an important ball when there has been a sudden outburst of noise from the other side of the Crucible curtain. Very important, if at all possible, to step back, but sometimes that isn't possible because you're virtually on your shot when it happens, and of course there's no way of predicting when it's going to happen. So a 54 advantage initially, 53 I should say. Wilson of course potted the long red right at the start of the frame. Allen remains the favourite, but he's still got work to do to get over the line.
too wide and caught the black on the way through as well. If he gets the pot, he misses the black. Scores it too full. Well, again, it could have been a lot worse actually. This red still needs potting down the cushion here. Black and pink tied up. He'll have to go down for the blue. But if you can pop this one in and get on the blue, well, they're all there. No. That wasn't very close, to be honest. He hit the cushion about 3 or 4 inches from the pocket. In fact, it was a bit more.
Great chance then for Allen to stop the rot. He lost 4 on the bounce last evening from 7-5.
Thanks.
Well, first of all, it's probably the thing to do is make the score a little bit sort of more respectable, but if he goes 11-7 and then goes 11-8, all of a sudden KYREN's mind might be just turning over a little bit.
4.
The thing not to do for Mark here is to get too far ahead. You know, he's just got to stay in the moment. That's all he can do.
Whatever happens for the remainder of this match.
$24. 25.
Well, this frame is done and dusted. The target we said was 3-1. 4-0 would be great. That's the first one of the 3. Imagine if he gets the first 3, Phil. Going into the 4th, that's going to be interesting.
32.
Well, if he can get on a roll, you just never know.
33.
It's long odds for sure, but it's the start he had to make. As long as Wilson is marooned on 11, Allen has hope.
40.
So Mark Allen takes the opening frame of the afternoon as he had to do. He's still got an awful lot to do. But while there's life, there's hope. KYREN Wilson's lead shaved to 5 frames at 11-6.